Oh man, you're right. I accept that. What up? What up? Oh yeah, two big old sneezes. What's Gucci, y'all? Sheesh kebabs. What am I about to do? Can y'all hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. What up, Dante? Hit me with a thumbs up if y'all can hear me on the YouTube volume. Okay, so no volume. Let me fix that over here for y'all. What's the audio? Yo, yo, yo. Loud as fuck on TikTok, okay. It's good now on YouTube? Okay, cool. Everybody's good. All right, we're good. We're good. What's good, y'all? What's goody? A little? You can't hear me? Hmm. All right. Hopefully that's it. The volume's low. Damn, man. What am I doing? Hmm. Can you tell me if I'm good? I don't know what I'm doing. Plug it in. TikTok is not. On TikTok is good, but on YouTube is low. I got it changed in here.
Okay, how is it now? Because I turned it up.
Oh, you can turn it up in there.
I turned up in my phone's volume, so that's not happening.
They mean my voice. My voice is low. Is that what it would be? Or it would be from your phone, maybe? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Is the volume higher? Is the volume better now on YouTube, y'all? Let me know. Thumbs up. Much better. Okay. We're good. That's what it was. All right. Now I know. I hear noise, but his voice sounds good, or is it my flip phone?
It's better, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. All right. All right, we in it now. We in it now. No, there's background noise like a fan. I don't got no fans blowing. Damn. Crazy. Crazy work. Anyways, sorry. As good as it's gonna get. I apologize. It wasn't like this the other day, so I don't know what it is today. I don't know why today it sounds like that, but we'll try to get to the bottom of it. But welcome. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live, y'all. Like the live, share the live, please. All the things, heart me's, you know, all that good stuff. Let's do this. Let's get the heart me's going. Apparently, that's a good thing nowadays. Never cared about it too much, but it's like static. Yeah, I don't know what that's from. Let me oh, is that better? Let me know if that's better, because my thing wasn't plugged all the way in. Yeah, Rita, we've been over here on the tools. We've been rocking out. Not better? Now it's louder. What in the world? Y'all gonna make me start this whole live over again. Twist it the other way. All right, maybe that did it. Did that make it? Did that happen? It's better? Okay, because it was okay. Because my headphones connected to my iPad and my phone. I don't know, maybe that had something to do with it. That's weird. Yesterday everything was good, been going good. Now it's loud again. Oh my God. Kill me. Noise cancellation. In my headphones? I don't know. It feels good. As good as I'm gonna get it. That's good. That's it. that's what we just gonna have to do. We just gonna have to do what we gotta do with it. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to do what we gotta do. Anyways, so yeah, I'm excited to talk about this one. Should wealthy men be expected to provide for a woman? I think this is what up, Jenny? I think this is funny. I really do. I think this is hilarious. So this is crazy, man. I don't know. I just don't understand like the amount of men that love to talk about how men are providers and stuff like that. And then we I don't know. It's like it's crazy how the amount of men that talk about their providers, and then a man that's worth estimation probably around $250 million wouldn't even pay for a woman's rent. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. That's crazy. But the basketball equivalent of CTE. He's just a dummy though. Michael Porter Jr. is a dummy. Like I don't know what is compelling him. I don't know who is telling him to start a podcast and then go on all these podcasts. I have no idea, but he thinks he's Angel Reese. He's not. He thinks he's Angel Reese. He's not Angel Reese. He's not like Angel Reese is engaging. You want to hear what she has to say. She's very interesting. This dude's not. Like he's not interesting. Like I mean, I guess he's interesting from the perspective of how dumb he is. You're like, damn. how dumb could one man be? You know what I'm saying? How selfish could a man be? But this just goes to prove how selfish men can be. Now, I don't care, you know, whatever. If a woman want to have a job and do all that stuff, like that's fine. You do your thing. This is not about what women need to do to this is not about what women need to do to protect themselves. I already got. I think I'm getting reported at this point. Every lot is crazy. The new guidelines, I get hit with a restriction every single time. I don't know. Y'all let me know if that's the case. If you guys are doing the same thing. But I'm getting hit with a restriction. Anybody that's going live, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I mean, to me, it's like if you're worth $200 million, the least you could do is pay for a woman's rent. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying, like it's like I think that that's fair. Like I couldn't imagine dating a woman and then, you know, like I'm in a committed relationship with her where like official, she needs somewhere to stay. And he like, so in his thing, in his little, you know, in his interview or whatever, he said that, what did he say? He said, I wanted her to stay close to me. I wanted, because she was looking for a place to stay in the city he was in, right? And he was like, I wanted her to stay. So he wanted her to be there. So I'm like, appreciate you, Shell. Why not pay? You see what I'm saying? Like I just didn't understand that. That was weird. Like, because he's worth $200 million. So it's the equivalent, you know, it's like for me, if a woman was like, pay for dinner, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'll pay for dinner. Him paying for rent is me paying for dinner. You feel me? Him paying for rent is me paying for dinner. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not any significant amount of money at all. What's good with you, broski?
What's up, man? I ain't gonna be long because I'm kind of busy, but this man specifically said, oh, you can't hear me?
Are you talking?
Yeah, I'm talking. You can't hear me?
Hold on, Shannon. You talking? I can't even hear you. Mm-mm.
What about now, Pub? Oh, you can't hear me, y'all.
Y'all can hear him, but I can't hear him. What in the heck? What did I do? Oh, okay. Woo. That's the first time my appeal got approved. You can hear Shannon? Okay. I can't. Hmm. Why? It's been going so smoothly, and then now it's not, huh? Keep on going, brother. You go do your thing.
No, all I was gonna say is that he specifically said that that he wanted her to live in a nice place, because at first when she found it, it was it was out of her price range, right? So he specifically said, I want you to live here, I will pay for it. Once you make your word bond, that's it. So he could have redirected and be like, oh, this, if you can't afford your half, right? Well, then you can't live here. But that ain't what he did, right? And then not only that, at the end of the goddamn clip, the man said that she needs to act right every month. Month to month, she got to act right. I was like, oh, this is financial abuse.
Yeah.
This is straight up financial abuse. So that it ticked me off because he made his word bond. He specifically, but now if she don't act right, whatever that even means, because y'all not together, I don't even know what that, what does act right? She not, I'm not going to use any profanity. She not putting it on you. She not doing a certain things. Like, why you said you would pay. The least you could do is be a man of your word. You said
And pay.
His words were, no matter what happens in this relationship, I'm going to pay my half. That's disrespectful.
And this was the craziest part. He was the one who messed up the relationship. Like, ain't that like that's what was crazy. The relationship ended because of the things that he did. Like, what? Yeah, he dropped. I didn't drop him. But that isn't that wild that it ended because of him. It ended because of him. So I'm so confused. I'm not understanding this. So she got to act right, but you didn't act right. But she got to act right if she want her rent paid. Like, that's why he should have just paid it up like a year in advance. Like, that shit, that was wicked. That's the crazy part about that. We got the broke men in the chat, y'all. The brokies have entered the chat. The diabolical demons, they done entered the chat. Let's see if they'll come up and have the discussion. Oh, no, he not. All right. Well, we sent the invitation twice. We just gonna mute him. Logically said he definitely broke. Yeah. Hey, that might be the first honest thing you ever said on these lives, brother. I've never heard you utter an honest word until right there. Congratulations. Don't it feel good to be honest with the people? Don't it feel good to be honest with the people? Tell everybody, say it again, man. I'm broke. This is like going to AA. This is therapy. Literally. Broke men are dangerous, yeah. But apparently rich men are dangerous too. So it's hey, you know. But here's the thing. Here's what like women be saying all the time, and this is what I like. It shouldn't be that hard to tell, right? Nah, you don't always be honest, brother. I've never heard you be honest, actually. I'm not even playing. Like, I'm not being hyperbolic. I've listened to you a good amount of times. I've talked to you a good amount of times. You're either, look, I'll give you two options. You're either always wrong or you're always lying. You choose. You choose. I'll let you decide. Why I need money to date broke women? Because you want the woman? You come up and have a discussion, man. Don't be scared. I think it's hilarious though. I hear that's the new thing going on is the men's complaining about now all of a sudden the women are broke, as if the average woman and the average man don't make around the same amount of money. But now all of a sudden it's, why do I need money to get with a broke woman? Just like you said, you broke. So both of y'all broke.
Exactly. So why I need money to date a broke woman?
But
Make it logically make sense without you being biased.
I'm never biased.
Okay.
Yeah. So the reason why is, there's several reasons why, but if you're asking why do you have to like pay for dates, is that where you want to start?
We can start there wherever you want to start.
Got you. So the reason why men need to pay for dates is because the system of the economic system that we exist in, which is capitalism, rooted in the patriarchy, has not changed for women. So women are still at a disadvantage, right? Women also, when they come into contact with men, they are putting their lives at risk potentially. Just from going on a date with you or me or whoever, just any man in general, they're putting their lives at risk potentially, right? So for that, right, like for that, you need to compensate them. You need to, and the way you compensate them is paying for the day. You don't got to give them money out of your own pocket per se, but at the very least, you can pay for the day. You can show that you're intentional. You can show that you that you took some time to actually think about, you know, where you want to take them, so on and so forth. Because, and here's the double standard that exists that men have created, by the way. Men need to prove to women that we are worthy to be in their presence and that we're trustworthy enough to be in their presence. That's just the reality. If you want that to change, it can't change until we change the system. You see what I'm saying? You can't say, well, I got to pay for the date, but the system is exactly the same. You got to pay because the system is the same.
But
So
you just say the system is different because you say women make the same amount as men.
I didn't say the system is different. What are you talking about?
No. You just said earlier, just now, that we were both broke and women and men almost make the same amount.
Yeah.
So the system is different. Because back then, women didn't make money. Women now make money.
No. Women are still at a disadvantage in this system. So, okay, you're right. I hear what you're saying. So you're talking about just in the dating phase. And there's a bunch of like caveats, right? So, single women without children. Single women, no children. Single men, no children, make around the same amount of money. Women with children make significantly less money than women without children. You see what I'm saying? So, but I'm just thinking of single women without children, single men without children, right? Is that fair?
Okay, we could go.
Okay. Single women without children, single men without children. Okay, cool. So when they meet, and that's not us, right? Like, because by our age, most of the women have children and most of the men have children, right?
True.
You know, so we're talking more for like a younger demographic. But so those people, when they meet, that man needs to show her that he is a safe person, that he's intentional, that he's generous. You know what I'm saying? He needs to show her that. And one of the ways he can show her that is by paying for a date and making sure that date is that is entertaining, right? Like to say the least. So he needs to prove that to the woman, because if that woman is going to be in a relationship with that man, all the things that I'm talking about go out the window. Because if they get married and they have children, she makes less money. See what I'm saying? She's gonna have to take a pay cut, and he's gonna have to pick up the burden. And she wants to know two things: can he handle that? Can he handle it financially? Is he viable enough to handle it financially? And is he generous, or is he gonna be Michael Porter Jr. and be stingy with his money? That's what you got to prove. I'm sorry, if you want that to change, again, you have to address the system. That's it.
But this is why I disagree with you at. Now, I do agree that is the system, right? And what I think you're failing to realize in this system, that there have been changes to the system. The system has totally changed. It no longer works that way. I can prove that I'm trustworthy by talking. I don't have to go on an expensive date. I don't have to pay for anybody to go out on a date to prove any of that, what you just said, right? I can prove that just by having a conversation. We can talk, we can meet up. I don't have to buy anything to prove what you just said. That's bias.
How is that? Where's the bias?
The bias is in that because you want me to pay. You never say she has to pay. My time is just as valuable as her time.
But it's not, though.
It is, though.
That's the thing. Like, brother, hey, I'm not being biased because I'm a man. Who am I being biased for? I'm literally a man. I know, but that's a logical fallacy. Why would a man be biased for women? Like I'm going against my bias. My bias is for men.
No, that's not always true. The mind doesn't work like that, but keep going. That's psychology, but keep going.
That's That's literally how my mind. I have to unlearn the shit. What are you talking about? I'm
No, that's
literally.
not true. That's not true. But keep going. I'm not going to get
I'm
down
telling
psychology.
you. No. Listen, I know. Listen to what I'm telling you, brother. I am. My natural biases lie with men.
That's not true. Depends how you grew up. Depends on your emotional
Hold
state.
on.
It depends on your trauma.
on,
That's
hold
not
on.
true at all.
Hold on, brother. Listen to what I'm telling you. I'm not talking about men in general. I'm saying me specifically. I know my brain and how I was, all those things that you're saying. That's how I was raised. I was raised to have the biases fall with me. That's all I'm saying. And so I'm going against my biases, not my natural biases, but my inherent biases. I'm going against that by telling you, oh no, I understand why a man would need to pay for a date for a woman. Now, I've always paid for dates for women whenever I could. Women pay for dates with me. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'm saying, I haven't dated in 18 years, but when, even when I was in my early 20s, every time I had money, I paid for dates. Every single time. That's what I know. I've been doing that shit since I was in elementary. I've been buying my my fourth grade girlfriend. I got her a unicorn diamond neck, fake diamonds. You know what I'm saying? I got her a unicorn necklace. You know what I'm saying? Like and she was. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. She was super religious, and I gave it to her, and she was so happy, and then she wore it home, and then she came back to me the next day, handed it to me crying, and said, "My daddy said I can't accept this." I said, "Oh, okay." But since I was a little kid, I've been on that type of time. So I don't know. I've never had this thought process that I shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I shouldn't pay for stuff for a woman. Like I've always thought like that's what you do as a man. You pay for shit. That's what you do. That's the least you could do. You know what I'm saying?
I never thought like that.
Why not?
Because the truth of the matter is that if you're looking for equality, right? And you want things to be equal, well, then we both should pay.
That's not equality. We're looking for
equality.
No, sir. We're looking for equity.
Well, no. You're looking for equity. That's your mindset.
The women are looking for equity too. I'm telling you what they're looking
Listen to what I'm saying. And I get what you're saying, but you got to understand, I've dated women with plenty of money, right? Okay. So I think that's broke women logic that they don't want to pay. That's my personal view, right? I'm not saying that's just how I see it. Broke women don't want to pay. Women with money don't mind paying, right? They don't mind paying for dates. They don't mind paying for dates. They don't mind paying for stuff. The only women who don't want to pay are broke women, are women looking to get over. That's it. Because if a woman likes doing something, she's going to pay for it. I promise you.
Yeah, I don't think you don't have to promise me. Again, I've been taken out on plenty of dates by women.
There you go then. So I agree with that sister. I don't agree that men should be all the time paying for women on dates. That's why me and you just gonna have to disagree.
That's not even what I'm saying, brother. I'm not even saying all the time. I'm not speaking in extremes. I'll be more specific. When you meet a woman, I don't know at what point, you know what I'm saying, does she start paying or you start paying? I think it happens naturally, right? But I'm saying early on in the relationship, when you first meet a woman, I believe the man should be paying for the first dates early on. I'm not saying that there aren't some, again, because I've been in those situations where like I paid for the first date and the second day she was like, hey, I want to go to this show. You want to come? And then she'll pay because she invited me, right? No doubt about it. That's happened many times. But generally speaking, if I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm going out with a woman, especially early on, I think that it's fair for a man to pay early on. That's all I'm saying. Like I don't think any woman in here, for the most part, has never paid for a date with their boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? Like of course, that's what people do. Of course.
Okay, well then that's why we have to agree. Because I was on some other panels earlier, and they were like, "No, men should pay for everything. Women should never come out their pocket." I'm like, that just doesn't make any sense, right? At the end of the day, I see women pay to do stuff they like all the time. If you like spending time with him, you're going to pay to spend time too. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been the discussion. It's that, from what I'm hearing, it's that men are like, like you just said, why do I have to have money to, pay for a broke woman or something like that? And I'm like,
I don't.
No, I know. I mean, you don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need money to date women who don't have money. It just doesn't make sense to me unless she wants me to pay for everything.
So let me ask you a question. Do you care how much money a woman makes?
No, I don't care. I just care if she's financially disciplined.
Okay. But you don't care how much.
Disciplined. I don't care what you make. I see women make $300,000, $400,000 and have a lifestyle of $600,000, $700,000. At the end of the day, you $200,000 in debt. You still a financial liability.
Okay. So you care about how she's spending the money. That's fair.
Right, just
But-
discipline. That's it.
But you do care about how much money she makes though.
No.
I'm sorry, you don't.
She
I'm
can
sorry,
make
you
40.
don't. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. I said that wrong. You don't care about how much money she makes.
Right. I don't care
Gotcha.
how much money she makes. I only care if she's disciplined with her money.
Got you. Okay. So you don't care how much money she makes. Fine. So if you don't care how much money she makes, and you want to take this woman out on a date, and she can't afford, but you like her, and you don't care about how much money she makes, shouldn't you pay for the date? Because what if she can't afford the date?
But then that makes totally logical sense for me to pay if she can't afford the date. Cool, I agree.
But you just said, why should I have money to pay for a broke woman? And I'm saying that's the reason, because you like her. That's my point.
No.
Yes. Listen to what I'm saying logically. If you like a broke woman, and you just said, "Oh, I like a broke woman." Now, me personally, I can't. That's your doctrine. That's your doctrine, right? I can't. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not in the business of liking broke women. That's not my thing. Not at my age. When I was 20-something, fine. At 40-something, that seems crazy to me. But listen to what I'm saying. You said you don't care how much money she makes. So once you say that, that's the reason why you need to have money to date a broke woman.
No.
How else you gonna date?
Listen to what I'm telling you. And see, and I get your logic in this, but let me put the caveat here, right?
Okay.
So if I decide to go out with a broke woman, right? Let's say I make more than her, right? And I decide to bring her with me, yes, I can pay for that because that's what I want to do. But that doesn't mean I need money to date her. That's just because I wanted to go out and spend some time with her. I may never pay for a date after that. That's my choice. But when I'm telling you, you're running into women every time. I'm telling you, it's out here because I date.
But
What I'm telling you,
that doesn't make sense.
Into women who think every time you're supposed to pay for a date. It doesn't work that way.
I know, but again, that don't have nothing to do with what we just said. I ain't gonna even hold you. You do see the flaw in your logic. That's all I pointed out. That's your logic is flawed. That's all I'm saying. You just said, I don't care how much money a woman makes. And here's the thing, logically, I knew you would say that. I knew you would. That's why I asked you that question. I knew you would say, no, I don't care how much money a woman makes. Okay, cool. So potentially you could like a broke woman. And if you like a broke woman, who's gonna pay for the dates? You. That's just the reality. You like a broke woman. You just said it. So if you would have said, no, I don't date women that are broke, cool. Now that would have made more sense. But if you're going to date a woman and you have money and she doesn't, and you don't care that she don't have no money, who's paying for the dates?
Let me ask you a question then. Well, can we just go out to dates that don't cost money?
No.
Why? That's not a choice.
Well, you can like later on, but you can't.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning. I can't go and walk on a park and do anything cheap. I gotta pay for something. Then your logic flawed, then, brother. It doesn't cost me money to date broke women. That's what I keep trying to tell you. I can have
you're
money.
Right. No. You're right.
Anything. I promise you, I've done it.
Logically, you're right. You're right. Because, and the reason why I'm gonna say you're right is because if she's okay with it, then fuck it. But I'm saying if the woman ain't, which most women aren't, if she ain't okay with it, then no, you can't do it. And I don't think most women, that's why I'm answering from, you're asking me to answer for most women. That's what I'm saying. And my answer is absolutely not. No, you
all right. I mean, like I said, the woman can demand what she wants. And I get that. Me and you going to both agree to that. Because I'm not about to force a woman out on a date who doesn't want to go on a date with me anyway. So that's what I'm saying. I don't need money to date broke women. I can date a broke woman and still spend no money. If that's what she decides to do. If she likes me enough, she's going to do it. I promise you.
My question is this. Is it more expensive for women or less expensive for women in the world? Is their life more expensive than our life, or is our life more expensive than their life? To a single woman, a single male, who spends more money?
I'm going to guess it women.
Yeah, women are forced to spend more money because of this.
Why are they forced to spend more money? Please explain. Because I know women who save plenty of money. So you're going to have to explain to me why women are forced. Because every woman doesn't think like that. But please go.
It's not about how they think. It's just the reality. So there's a thing called the pink tax, where they charge women more for items that are like that women need than men. And they pay, like, women spend anywhere between like 8-10% more, depending on what state you're in. In California, it's illegal, but they still do it. They're literally, it's just more expensive. It's like it's more expensive to be poor. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a poverty tax. There's a tax on being a woman. There's a tax on being black, right? Any oppressed group, it's more expensive for you to exist. That's just the reality. So women cost more. Women have to pay more money simply to exist. You don't. So you got an extra 10, 15% laying around. Pay for the fucking date.
Do I?
Yeah.
No, I don't. See, right now, that's just where me and you just got to disagree. I'm gonna drop down. Guys, I gotta go. That's where me and you gonna disagree at, brother. That is not true. I think you're just creating scenarios that don't exist, brother, to prove a point. I just leave it like that. You have a good night, brother.
All right. Osa said, this man doesn't like women. They are so obsessed and jealous. Oh my God, man. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding how difficult this is for the men to understand. Sir, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. You have to pay. You just have to pay. Like, y'all making this shit so difficult. It is not that difficult. And you know what's funny? It wasn't that difficult 30 years ago. Again, that's the 30 years ago when I started dating girls and shit like that. I just knew you had, even when I didn't have money, I knew you had to pay. Listen to what I'm saying. Before I had my own money, I knew I had to save up some money. I had to get some money for my granny. I had to get some allowance money. Like, I knew I had to get some money so I could take a girl out. I knew that shit in the 8th grade with my first girlfriend. I knew that shit in the 11th grade with my third girlfriend. I knew that shit in the 12th. Like, I knew that shit I knew it my whole life. You have to have money. You should take women out. You should take girls. I knew that shit when I was a fucking kid. Now, all of a sudden, we 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and now y'all talking about why should I have to pay for a woman? How the fuck did we get here? When your generation was a generation that told me to pay for the women's. I learned it from y'all generation. I literally learned it from the boomers and the Xers and the silent. Like, I literally learned it from them. Like, that's the craziest part about it. I was like, when did that happen? Like, I kind of can see a Gen Zer saying that now. Kinda. I could kind of see a Gen Zer saying it. Kinda. But a fucking millennial, a Gen Xer saying, oh no, why am I paying for a woman? Are we serious? That nigga, the last time I checked, that nigga, my nigga whatchamacallit from Jodeci, my nigga KC said, take my money, my house, and my car. Now Prince said, well, maybe not the ride.
Yo, Pup. Yo, Pup, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
You can hear me? Okay. You know, what I was going to say is, like, one thing I've realized, you know, especially after, you know, that video of mine went viral, like, I really feel like a lot of these dudes, they're like scared of just like being used for money or something like that.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They feel like
Don't do that, Blair. They're not afraid of being
so?
used. Nope. They're not afraid of it. What it is, it's a manipulation tactic, right? They say that they're scared of being used, but when you ask them what does being used look like, it's, oh, I took her out, she didn't give me no vagina.
Yeah, that is.
See what I'm saying? Because what are you really afraid of?
I see where you're coming.
You see what I mean? Like, are you really afraid of that? Like, all right, cool, you took her out on a date, you lost $150 or whatever it is. Well,
yeah.
you didn't even lose 150 because half of it, and probably more than half of it, was you, right? So
yeah,
let's say you lost $80 on a date, lost $80. I'm sorry, 150. So $60. You lost $60 on a date. You lost $60.
Yeah. No, I see where you're coming.
You see what I mean? Like, these niggas be lying,
probably wasted money on on worse shit than a date.
They I can name a bunch of stuff. NBA 2K.
2K, yeah.
Alcohol, sports betting, trees,
Oh man.
backwoods. nigga, I can think of a bunch of stuff. Even George, hold on, see,
Jordan.
You went too far when you said James. Now. Hold on now, y'all tripping now, though, y'all. You went a little bit too far. You said Jordan. We're gonna stop you right there at the James, okay? But trees, Somebody said Jordans is worth it though. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Let's be real. Baseball caps, y'all just talking shit now. Now y'all hitting below the belt.
Yeah, no baseball caps. No, don't make fun of our fittings. Come on.
Don't do that now. Y'all tripping
No,
now.
no.
Scripper clubs, video games.
Oh yeah.
Look. Pew. Yeah, they do be spending too much money on the pew. You got one or two, get you some bullets and call it a day. Yeah, I said sports betting, gambling.
Bro, my cousin has a whole ammunition closet. It's huge.
Yeah, I think that's too much. It's too. The
Yeah,
bullets
that's
is
way too
expensive
much.
as hell. Yeah, bullets is expensive. That's why I don't like going to the range. Each bullet is like $1.75. You go out there, you shoot for a whole day, you done blew $200 in bullets. Shit crazy. But nah, it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Cars.
Yeah.
You need a Hellcat? You can't look, man. In the whole country, there is nowhere like the Autobahn in America. You can't drive over 85 on any highway in the country. Who cares if you got a Hellcat? Just making noise for no reason. That shit corny. That shit corny. And you know what they waste money on? Dates. They waste money on dates. And here's why. They waste money on dates because they don't date with intention.
Yep.
It's quantity over quality, right? So
Yep.
they be just dating a bunch of women, hoping to smash, you know what I'm saying? So they date 4 or 5
Yep.
women every 2. I'm like, bro, find one woman you like, right? Pick her, cool. Have some conversation with her, cool. I like her the most, cool. Date her until you don't want to date her no more.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
as soon as
that's
you don't,
me, man.
you see what I'm saying? As soon as you don't want to
Yeah.
date her no more, cool. In the relationship, find another woman. Date her
Yeah.
until you don't want to date her no more. And then the shit won't be expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? And now you won't
Yeah.
feel like, oh man, it's a waste of time. And no, because you're getting to know it, and it'll happen fast. When you date the same woman, you know what I'm saying? You get to know her faster. So you kind of, you know what I'm saying? It costs
Yeah.
less money. You know what I mean? Like if you think about it from that standpoint, boom. So you, instead of you dating her for 6 months because you only went out with her once every 2 weeks because you dating so many other women, you could go out with her twice a week.
Yeah.
Now you can,
Yeah,
now, I'm sorry, I got you right now. Now you on date number 10, now you can do the long walk in the park. Now you can do the museum, and it don't be looked at as like, oh, this nigga trying to just get something for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I've never been a type of person. Like I never got the whole like, I need a roster. Like I just never really like understood that. I've always been the type of person, to focus on like one woman, like put all my eggs into one basket.
But you're not though. That's the thing. That's the beauty of dating. You're not putting your eggs in any fucking basket. It's a date.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You're not risking shit. It's a date.
Yeah, no,
You
no.
get to know her, and then as soon as you get to know her better, you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
I like her. I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And then you're talking to her more on the daily because you're not, it ain't 4 or 5 different women. You know what I'm saying? You just talking to this one woman every day. Boom, there you go. Now you're in. Now it's 60 days in. So in that 60 days, you've gotten more done because you've only been dating this one woman. You've gotten more done in that 60 days than you would have in times past when you were dating 3 or 4 or 5 women at one time in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You done got to the bottom of it. Like, no, you know what? I like her. Cool. After like date number 6, I like her. All right, cool. It's that, y'all know that girl on here, that lady, I think her name is like Mia. She real funny. She got the southern drawl, light skin. And she just got married and she just told her story. Like she literally was on her honeymoon and she was like, yeah, last year I was like, whatever. I met him in June. We started dating, and then I think it's Miah, Mia. I think that's how you say her name. And she was like, yeah. And then so it's September. She was like, we got engaged in July of 2025. We met in June of 2024 because they dated. Just dated. They figured the shit out. You know what I'm saying? She looked like she like in her early 30s or whatever. They figured the shit out. Cool. Bam. They got engaged. Not in like, and y'all make the shit. The men make the shit so complicated because they too busy being obsessed with Smecks. That ain't too fast for some 30-year-old people. Hey, if they were 25 and they did that in a year, okay, I would say that's a little bit too fast. That's a little bit too fast. You in your 30s? The fuck? 30s, 40s? Nah. You need 3 years of, you don't need 3 years of dating and courting and living. You don't need all that shit. When you're good, you know. You got a job. She's a fucking full-blown nurse. You done been in her house a few times. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're good to go. Take a chance. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
I don't think it takes fucking, because my thing is, I don't think vetting is real anyway.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think vetting is a real thing. So you could, like, if that's the case, it's like 3 years later, you still vetting the nigga. You ain't gonna never know that man. Like, you're never gonna know him. You're never gonna know him until you marry, not until you marry, but until y'all get in a committed relationship. Yeah. Roosevelt, you got something to say, brother? Come on up, fam. I want to hear it. Mars said that.
What'd you say? I was just gonna. Someone's talking shit in the chat. I didn't even know.
No, he just, yeah, I guess so. I just wanted to hear what he had to say. Yeah, serial. The problem is men be serial dating women. Hold on, let me read this real quick. Jazzy said it is expensive for women because they have a vagina. Appreciate you, Jamie. Yeah, that's what it is. The serial dating is what be killing, quote unquote, killing men. That's what be unaliving men. It's the serial dating. If y'all stop serial dating and y'all started seriously dating, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Again, I'm older and I may be projecting a little bit, right? I'll fully accept that. At my big age, I look at dating completely different than I did when I was, 19, 22, whatever, right? Cool. But I'm saying for the people that's close to 30, 30s, 40s and up, for the men specifically, if you just like dated a woman at a time, you would see how much fun dating would be and you would see how productive it was. If y'all didn't go into dating being on some like, oh, I need to sleep with as many women as I can, so I need to play the numbers game, you would see if y'all actually, this dude, this motherfucker was saying he needs to know a woman actually likes him for him. I'm like, my nigga, you are a 6'9" NBA player. You are a 6'9" NBA player. Don't no woman like you just for you. I'm sorry to tell you that. Don't no woman like you just for you. You look like Shrek. The nigga ugly as shit. But you tall, bro. You good. Take away the NBA shit, you 6'9". You can say the same shit about a 6'9" nigga. Any 6'9" man. Think about it. You can say that about any 6'9" man. Oh, I wonder if she really like me for me, or does she really like me because I'm tall? Give it up, bro. If she there, she there. That's all. That's it. Like, I don't be understanding. Y'all want to play this game and shit. Bro, believe the women like you. I don't understand. I don't know what's so hard about that. How are you, what's it called? How are you this narcissistic, but also this, what's the word I'm looking for when you don't believe in yourself? How are you this narcissistic? Insecure. How are you this narcissistic and this insecure, which narcissicity actually probably has a lot to do with insecurity, but whatever though. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Go ahead, Roosevelt. Roosevelt. How are you that narcissistic and that insecure? Like, how are you that full? No, how are you that full of yourself? Because when he talk like he the man.
Probably putting on performance.
Oh my goodness. I feel so much better.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 chimichangas.
I got you. Let me help you out.
All right.
There you go. Let me help you out. Go on and handle that somewhere else. Uh-huh.
But I was just gonna say it.
What you
I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say anytime he opens his mouth, MPJ, I'm just like, oh brother.
Yeah, he's a weird one.
Yeah.
He's a weird guy. Yeah, it's wicked work. It's wicked work out here, man. Yeah, I thought he was on a motorcycle at first. I was like, maybe he on a motorcycle, but nah, that's what he in.
I honestly, I thought so too, but then I was like, yeah, no, he was like, yeah, he's just being goofy.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, Blair, I appreciate you coming up, fam.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right,
Thanks for
dog.
having me on.
No problem. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's wicked work out here. I just don't be understanding, like on some real shit. I just be feeling like it ain't that serious. It ain't that serious. It's not. Damn, that's tight as hell. What's that? I've never seen that before. Yeah. If you want to come up, you got a conversation. But if not, you just getting booted. Is we finished already? Damn, we ain't even an hour into it. They scared? I thought they would want to talk about MPJ. I thought they would want to talk about wealthy men. They love talking about wealthy men, right? What up, Tim? MPJ used to be about positivity. He always gave me red pill vibes. Go look at that video, MPJ on the sidelines. Michael Porter Jr. when he was on the sidelines and he was like looking at the women in the crowd. You already knew he was a fuck boy ever since then. Oh, you good, Blair? I appreciate you coming up, man. Come back anytime. You know what I'm saying? They love them a wealthy man. Don't nobody love a wealthy man more than a broke man. Don't nobody get more excited for wealthy men than broke men. I swear to God, I be looking, I'm like, why are you so giddy? Another man got money. But what's crazy is, man, that's tight too. Ruder, I appreciate you. You know what's crazy? The wealthy, look, the broke men be excited for the wealthy men, but then when they meet a wealthy woman, they don't be excited. I'm like, why you not a groupie for a wealthy woman? You act like the man gonna give you some money. At least you got a shot with the woman. Shit, you might get lucky. You just might get lucky, man. I don't know. Hey, man, shoot from half court. You know what I'm saying? That shit is wild as hell. Y'all see a wealthy woman, I don't care about their money. I don't care about your degrees. You see a wealthy man, y'all be, oh, hell, Cam Newton. Oh, hell, Future. I don't know why Sierra left Future. I would have never. I would have never left Future if I had my shot. Y'all crazy as hell with that shit. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all love them men, son. That's cool. I love that for y'all. I do. If them is y'all superheroes, that's cool. I don't know what that shit is. I ain't got it in me. I don't know if it's ADHD. Y'all tell me what it is, because I don't give a fuck. I like literally never had. I've like never had an idol, like nothing. Nothing. I've like literally I've never had it. Well, I think like my brother maybe. Probably that's the closest thing. That's my brother. But like that even died quick. Like I've never like looked up to dudes and like, big, like, oh, what up, big bro? Like I've never been like that with men. I've always been like, man, I don't know what that is. I just never respected men, I guess, naturally. When I think back, I think I just never respected dudes because they always seem stupid as hell. Future would have left Future for us. Future would have left Future for us. Exactly. Nah, not even Mos Def. I love Mos Def. Mos Def made some great albums. He made two good albums. Two great albums, sorry. He made the shit with Black Star. But yeah. Just trying to get all the money like you. Hey, I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut. That ain't never been me. That's never been me. Never in life. Never, never in life. So it looks like the static was decent. I give it a 6, 5.5 on a bad day. I ain't seen any videos on this. What they trying to say? Scarface Mark and Scarface Mark still around? They ain't laughed that nigga off the app yet. He's shameless. John Cannon, they ain't laughed them coons up off the app yet. Damn, the coons are still alive, huh? All right, y'all. I'm gonna restart the live over here on the Tiki Tats, man. I got a new prompt. Yup, they sure did. And I got restricted. There we go. All right, we got it all. We got it all back now. That ain't gonna last. Nigga never charged on this piece. Anyways, Linux Bodie. Linux Bodie. Too far away from the family, man. We too far away from the family, man. Linux Bodie, can you bring me a charger? All right, we back, bro. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a big lag, but the audio, at least the audio sounds good. That's what I'm for. My baby. Yeah, the audio is good. There's no sound? Yeah, there's a lag for sure, but how about now? Is there sound now? I mean, on YouTube. Let me know. I think it's just delayed. The YouTube is just delayed. That's all it is. Yeah, I wasn't talking. It should be sound back. It should be sound over there. All right. Bet. TikTok is we good. We good over here. Okay. Telling women they should choose better is AB, man. Telling women they should choose better is AB. We're gonna have to be very careful with our language up here. I'm hoping not to get restricted for once, so we'll see. Thanks, Rita. Yeah, telling women they should choose better is AB. That's what we gonna say. We got to be very careful. TikTok not playing. They said we tired of y'all having these divisive lives where the men's come in and crash out. We ain't gonna do it. And the men's be coming in here and they be crashing out. So that's where we at. That's where we at with it. Let's talk about the why though. Why is telling women they should choose better AB? Why is telling women they should choose better AB? Maybe I can say oppressive. I don't know. I don't know what the language is. I just don't. I don't know. I changed up the spelling though. So divisive equal constructive, I know. But so essentially the whole like women need to choose better argument, it does two things. It shifts blame away from the ABer, right? It takes away the accountability from the ABer, and then it puts it on the shoulders of the victim. So essentially, it's just victim blaming. In what case would blaming a person who got AB'd for their AB not be AB? You know what I'm saying? In what scenario could we think of where if we were to blame a person that was AB for their AB, you know what I mean? Like to be like how would that not equate to AB? Like we all would say. So I think about it like this. I asked this question a while ago, but why is it a person's fault for choosing wrong after the fact, but it's not their fault during the relationship? Meaning, imagine the person that is doing the AB tell the person that is getting AB it's their fault that they're in this situation because they chose them. If it doesn't, that's what I want you to understand. If it doesn't work that way, then it doesn't work anyway. It should be true no matter who says it. The truth should be the truth all the way through, no matter who says it, right? So if the ABer tells the AB, oh, you're in this situation because you chose me, an ABer, is that not extremely AB? Like that's very much AB. Like you're doubly ABing the person, right? Doubly. Like it's AB squared at that point. Because you're blaming them and you're doing it. So you can't have that you can't be running around telling people that have been victimized by other people that it's their fault that they got victimized. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense unless you're trying intentionally to victimize them. That's the only way it makes sense. So anytime I hear a man talking about, oh, women are to blame or they chose they chose the man or whatever. As soon as you say that, now you're adding on to the trauma that they've experienced because it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that. I don't get how if I'm being AB'd, how my ABer wouldn't be able to blame me for being AB, but everybody else can blame me. And it makes sense. If everybody else, not the ABer themselves, but if everybody else were to blame me for choosing that person, it's okay. I have to accept that. But everybody in here, even the men, they would understand that if the man said that, or the AB or the victimizer said that to the victim, everybody would be like, you don't get to say that. Exactly. Because it's freaking stupid. Because it's dumb. Because it's harmful. Because it's toxic. It ain't just because of the person who said it. That's not what it is. It just sounds different. It sounds better when you say it, when the victimizer isn't the one that's saying it. That's the only difference. But it's still dumb no matter who says it. It doesn't matter who says it. You did. That's the stone cold reality. Hey, I don't know. Maybe I should go on the backup. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do it on the backup. Mm-hmm. Maybe so. I've been interested to see if how TikTok treats me on my backup since they did all of this stuff. I want to see. I might do it just to see. I'm interested. I'm interested to see. Oh, gentleman gone rogue. You're more than welcome to come up and get unmuted. Why? I don't be understanding why y'all love to talk crazy in the comments. Like you just like to antagonize people. If you're going to antagonize somebody, antagonize me. I'm here for it. Like that's I'm literally standing right in front of you. Like do it to me. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say weird stuff in the comments. Come on, say it. Say it so everybody can. Not everybody's reading the comments. I'm not. I can only read it when I stop talking for a minute. Then I can read a few of the comments. I want to know though. They love. Oh my God. They love talking crazy. They love talking crazy to the women. They love it. Even when they talking to me. You know what's funny? I get accused of this all the time, and I think it's so hilarious. So they claim that I'm like, they be like, oh, you're talking to women, da 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 da, right? But if you consume any of my content, you know, I don't talk to women. And that, you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, like, I don't address issues, within like women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't get into women's business. I stay away from that, right? It's not my business. Not to say I don't engage with women. I talk to women all the time. It's something different. But I'm saying like what I'm addressing aren't issues that women perpetuate. That's what I'm saying, right? I'm addressing what men are doing, right? Cool. Then they say, oh, but you're like pandering to women. And I'm like, but I'm not though. But then when they come up, they instantly start literally talking to women directly and talking about women directly. These modern women. I don't even be talking about. I can do a whole live and not talk about women. Like literally, I can do a whole live, address men's issues, and not even utter the words women. I've done it, but you don't even have to bring up women ever to talk about me. I don't have to do it. I promise you, I don't. It ain't like y'all gonna like it either way, but I don't have to do it. But when y'all talk about, when we start talking about men, then I also have to address the modern women and the women, and I'm like, that's crazy. I don't understand that. I don't know what this fool see difficult talking about. I be seeing y'all acting people, and then I'll be like, let me see what's going on. I see y'all act people, and then let's see what's going on.
Not you calling me see difficult.
That's you, brother.
Oh no. How you doing, man?
I'm good. You watching the game?
You can hear it. Let me cut it down.
What?
Let me cut it down a little bit, but I am watching.
I don't even know who's playing.
Seattle when y'all just go inside. My wife out here watching this. Hold on. Yeah. I have a Seattle when the Cardinals playing.
Oh, okay. I should care about that because I'm a Nuggets fan, but I can't really watch sports anymore. I don't have the attention span.
Oh no, you gotta be good. So what are we talking about today? Telling women and shit.
Oh, wait. Don't say the word. Say AD.
Oh, okay.
I got restricted again.
Cause you be talking about bullshit, man. All right, so nah, man. Let me hear your thoughts on how is it AD?
Because it's for women to basically it's just victim blaming.
You think it's victim blaming?
It is.
I don't
victim
think.
blaming.
I don't think it's victim blaming. I mean, I get where people are coming from, but telling people that they need to choose better or make better decisions about something that they complain about or that they talk about or that they find bad is not victim blaming. I think when you look at red flags and when you look at the quality of men that you want, and then you look at the ones that you're choosing, you'd be like, why did you choose that? This person doesn't even check none of the blocks that you said that you want.
That's an assumption.
Huh.
No, because no woman is choosing men that don't check any of the boxes. That doesn't make sense.
I didn't say
You
check
did.
any of them. I said check
You
many.
did.
I said they don't
No.
check many of the blocks that they don't want. Many.
Oh, many. Okay.
Right. So if they
Sounds
don't
like
check
any.
many of the okay, many. So if they don't check many of the blocks that they want, why are they choosing them?
Because they're not.
Because they're not what?
The men do check the boxes.
Okay, so then why are they upset?
Because the men are lying. So if a woman wants a generous man and she meets a man and he is love bombing her and she doesn't know, that's one of the boxes that he's checking, right? He's nice, he's kind, he's generous. But then a year into the relationship, 6 months into the relationship, he stops doing that. Is that her fault?
I wouldn't say that was necessarily her fault, no.
It's not her fault at all.
Right. So what do we do here in most of these relationships? What we mostly hear is that women would be like, I saw those red flags and I ignored them, or I tried to change this person, or I thought that he would change, or I saw potential. Like these are what women are saying. Like, hey, I picked this dude. He was a nice guy. I knew that he had no job, no ambition, and then 10 years down the road, he still doesn't have no job. And now you're upset. Yeah, this happens.
Most women aren't marrying men that don't have jobs.
We're not just talking about marrying. We're talking about just being in a relationship.
Dating. Most women aren't dating men that don't have jobs. Most men have jobs. Like, instead, look, do this. If you have the conversation from the perspective of most men and most women. If you make up some extreme version, then it doesn't work, right? It's stupid at that point because you're just going to try to paint this narrative that women are just choosing the worst men and they're wondering why no, they're choosing the average man.
Who?
The average man has a job. Yeah, the average man works.
Okay, so he has a job. Let's say he does have a job, but he has his job that's unfulfilling, and he has a job that
more
she
assumptions.
doesn't.
More assumptions.
Well, we all assuming here.
No, you don't. I mean, these are stretches.
How?
See what I'm saying? Here's what I'm saying. Assuming that most women are dating men that have jobs is statistically proven, but that's a fair assumption, right? Cool. Saying that most women are choosing men that have dead-end jobs is not a fair assumption. See what I'm saying? How can you prove that? Are most jobs dead end?
Actually, let me ask you this. What is the amount that most men make in money?
That's not, hold on. Listen, answer my question. Are most jobs dead end jobs?
Yes.
What's a dead end job then by definition?
To me, a dead end job is a job that has zero or little ability for promotion.
Mobility, okay.
Something like that, right?
So name a job where there's little to no mobility. Like you can't be a manager. I can think of at McDonald's, they got shift managers. There's people that started off on a.
Right. I get where you're coming from.
You seen Louis in goddamn Coming to America.
But do you think? Let me ask you a question. Realistically speaking, do you think going from a burger flipper to a shift manager is really a come up?
Hold on. that yes, that is a come up.
Okay.
But that's yeah.
That's a-
Now see, when we have the conversation, first it was there's little to no mobility, but mobility. But then when I talk about making, minimum wage to making $4, $5, $6, $7 more an hour, now all of a sudden is, do you think that's a come up? Yeah, that's a come up.
Okay. I mean, I guess we have different perceptions of what come up is. I think most people don't realize or be like, hey, that's not really a come up. Like going from a burger flipper to a shift manager or a cashier is not really a come up. Even if it's like 25%.
Only a hater would think that.
Why would a
Why
hater
wouldn't?
think that?
Because brother, not
Most
everybody.
people,
Somebody got to be a cashier. Somebody got to be on burgers. Somebody got to be on fries. Somebody got to be shift leader.
so you think these ladies are in here wanting these type of dudes?
Wanting what type of dudes?
Burger flippers.
Regular men.
Burger flippers.
That's just
Minimum-
one
or
job.
any type of minimum wage or slightly above minimum
Them
wage
ones-
job. Do you
they
think
want-
these women want these men?
I think women want the average man. The average man. The number one employer in America is the American government. So most men ain't even flipping burgers. See what I'm saying? Like this shit just don't make. I just use that as an example. But yeah, they don't care. If a woman, it depends on age, it depends on stat, it depends on all of that, right? But a woman that flips burgers would date a man that flips burgers. A woman that work at Chipotle would date a man that working in and out.
Yeah, I agree with that. I can agree with that. I wouldn't say that was too much.
Like I'm not understanding. A shift
But
lead at
what I-
Subway would date a shift lead at McDonald's. Like, what is we talking about?
Right. So what you're talking about is people that are on the same economical level.
Most
And a lot of
people
times-
date within their same socioeconomic class.
Okay, let me get something out real quick. Now, who do you typically think dates up or aspires to date up, men or women, financially speaking?
Financially dating up. Oh man.
Come on, it ain't that hard. You can say it. You can say it.
No, because I don't think women. I don't think women say they don't date up. So it's like I don't know what that means. I feel like they could date up more if they wanted to, but they don't. They really
Okay.
don't date up that much, especially
Okay.
black women.
me ask you
Especially
this.
black women.
Let
Especially
me ask
black.
this in another way then, because you don't want to spit it out. Who is more likely to care about their partner's earning potential or earning income, men or women?
Women.
Okay, women are. So again, even if you have a woman who's dating at who's a minimum wage burger flipper, she's not typically looking to date another minimum wage burger flipper.
Yes, she is.
She's more likely going to be trying to look for the manager or
No, that's
person.
y'all.
Because they
that's-
look.
That is y'all assumption.
You just
That's
said it.
No, I didn't just say that.
That they're more likely to aspire for money. They are.
Yes, that doesn't. More likely doesn't mean most women aspire to. Do you not understand English? You asked me, are they more likely to do that? Meaning, are there more women per capita in that fall within that category of looking for a person who makes significantly more money than them versus me? Yes, I agree. Women per capita, per 1,000 women, there are more women looking for, a man that makes substantially more money than them than there are men looking for women who make significantly more money than them. Fine. But again, the average woman isn't looking for the man that makes significantly more money for her. That's not what she's looking for. If she gets that, great. That's not her. That's like not on the list of things that she's like, oh, I gotta have that. Like that's not what she's looking for.
Pug, say that shit again. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it makes sense, bro. It makes perfect sense. What you said doesn't make sense. You tried to make it. So you asked me, who is more likely? And I answered the question. I said, yeah, women are more likely. More likely doesn't mean most women. It just means more likely. Then I said, yeah, that still doesn't equate to most women. So what you said didn't make sense. What I said made perfect sense.
I got you. Okay. So I still don't think, again, when we're going back to the topic, telling people to make better decisions is not a AB behavior. I think it's logical. I think, we tell that to our children. We tell that to people we love. We tell that when we're giving advice. Like, hey, the decision you made was kind of fucked up, right? You could have made this decision. This would have been a better decision to make. And I don't think that that is abusive when the intent is for you to like, hey, solve the issue or the problem that you're trying to solve. So if you're saying that men are the issue or you can't find good men, well, hey, these are some red flags you should be looking for. Stop overlooking them and say no. Just because he got good peen and got good money and stuff like that,
Sir,
don't
sir,
fall for
sir, that's not what's going on.
it. Mm-hmm. You don't think so?
I know for a fact it's not what's happening.
Okay.
Like
So
I
then-
like beyond the shadow of a doubt, I know without a doubt that's not what's going on. I don't know how to it's so
So you think all so either so then all these women are getting manipulated.
yes.
So women are either not smart, right? Because they continuously
How
get
does
manipulated.
that make you wait, how does that make you not smart?
Because if you continuously get manipulated over and over and over again, you're not very smart. Or
No. That has nothing to do with intelligence.
Yeah, it does.
What are
Has a
you
lot
talking-
to do. How many-
Literally,
how many
it
times
has
can I correct you?
nothing to do. It's
Okay.
you're talking about one person or you're talking about a group of people.
I'm talking about a group of people.
Exactly. That's stupid. One person, maybe I could give you that. Maybe. One person, maybe. A group of people, absolutely not. A group
So
of
you think
people,
you-
absolutely not.
So you think these group of people who are multiple men, right?
Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So if they continuously get manipulated by multiple men, what would that make them?
Victims.
I mean, yeah, you could probably say victims, but I don't know. I guess so. How many times can I give you a fake $100 bill before you be like, hey man, I don't trust any money that come out of your hand?
And of the same person, do you see how stupid you don't even know how to do an analogy. Your analogy is dumb. The same person giving me a fake $100 bill, right? You fool, remember the saying, fool me one time, shame on you, right? You,
Right.
one person. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you, right? Cool. They still talking about one person. So if C. Dave tricks me, then yes, I shouldn't trust C. Dave. I shouldn't trust C. Dave. But if a man tricks me, you're saying that women at that point shouldn't trust any man?
Yeah, all men. They shouldn't trust them.
So it's all men.
Right, yeah. Exactly. So if you live by that motto, if they live by
No.
then-
This is the model. No. This is your model. You just created this model. So it's all men, right?
Right. It's all men, right?
It's all men till it's no men, right? Okay, thank you. Now we
Cool.
okay, cool. So at the end of the day, it's, hold on, wait. Let me, and I'm almost there. So, A, that still doesn't absolve men of A, being women or victimizing
Right.
women, first and foremost.
Absolutely.
Secondly, you never used to say that.
Right. So good. So it's all men.
But I just want to make sure. So now, on record, because I don't want you lying about this in 2 months when I talk about
Right.
you. So now we all just heard C. Dave and me that it's all
Right.
men because
Right. It's all men.
because men can't be trusted.
Right. So
Okay.
So walk with me. So it's all men and men can't be trusted. Right.
Yeah.
It's all men and men can't be trusted.
Yep.
So why do women continuously get manipulated by these all men? Why?
Great question. So essentially, what you're asking for women to do is extreme, right? To avoid all men is extreme, correct? Is that like all the logical and all these whatever? Fine, whatever. Is that not extreme?
What? To avoid all
To
men?
avoid all men. That's essentially what you're saying. You're saying all women, your wife included, my wife, all women should avoid all men.
No.
That's what
That's
you're saying.
not what I'm saying.
That is
That's not what I'm saying.
that is what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying, we're talking about relationships, right? So if we're talking about relationships, my question is, if the status quo is all men and you can't trust all men, then why do women continuously get manipulated by men? If all of them are bad, how do they continuously get manipulated? That's my question.
Again, listen to what I'm saying. So the answer is obvious because you're basically asking women to, as a group, to reject all men as a group. That is extreme. That is very extreme. Very extreme. Now, the easy answer is because women are manipulated and forced and coerced into dealing with men, to be honest with you, by society. They really are. They're really pushed by society, i.e. men, to be in relationships with men. They're shamed for not being in relationships with men, all that type of stuff, right? Okay, cool. So you're saying let's ignore all of that. Let's ignore that. Why are they with men? Great. And look, you know what's crazy? This is the only advice that I ever have for women whenever we're talking about dating or whatever. The only advice I can give women where I know they'll be protected no matter what is to avoid all men. There's no vetting practices I can give them. There's no advice I can give them on how to spot it, how to suss out of it. I don't have that because it's all men, like you just agreed to. So my only advice I have to women is don't date a man at all. Like that's the only one I could sleep with that night. That's what I'm saying. If you're my homie and we're talking interpersonally, then cool, that's different. Now I could, you could tell me about the man, I can meet them, whatever, right? I can make a better assessment. But if I'm just talking to women in general, right, which I talk to, 100,000 people a day, let's say, right? I cannot give advice to women and my advice be, oh, this is how you spot a red flag, because it's impossible to spot the red flags.
It's not impossible.
I swear to God, it is.
Not impossible. Most
it
people
is 1,000%. C-Day, who do you think is more perceptive, men or women in general?
perceptive to what?
Perceptive. Who do you think is more perceptive? To like, nigga. No, fucking people. What the behaviors of people? Who do you think is more perceptive?
To people, man.
Come on, dog. You gotta stop it.
Why do you think? Why do you think
men are not more perceptive than women?
Why do you think it's women then?
Women. Okay, I'll ask that by answering the question. Asking the question. Who do you think is more perceptive? Black people in America or white people in America?
Black.
Okay. Why do you think black people are more perceptive than white people?
Because I think that black people, I think the person who's more respected is usually the person who experiences the
most
I guess you say yeah, I guess you said
the most suppression. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Now let me re-ask the question. Who do you think is more perceptive? Women, the most oppressed, or men?
Men. You want me to explain?
You can't. They're just gonna lie because you're not being logical. Your logic isn't consistent. So you can't explain it. You would literally just have to lie right now. I already know. But go ahead. I want to hear the lie.
Okay. I think one way is, you deal with people who are oppressed, who are more respected. But I think also a lot of times when you're dealing with people who have to make or who has been responsible for making a lot of the decisions that affect a large majority of people, they have to have perspective of the other person's likes or likenesses. So they have to have that. And I think men do that.
So couldn't we just apply that same logic to white people? Because they make them up. Why not? They do the exact same thing. They make the decisions. They're the decision makers.
In some aspects, I guess you could say
no,
that.
Not in some aspects. No. Not in some aspects. In every aspect. In every meaningful aspect, they are the decision makers, sir. Just like men are. What are you talking about? In every single, what aspect aren't white people in this country in control? Name it. I want to hear it, please.
No, they're in control of pretty much everything.
Everything, every lever. They're in control of
Right.
every lever, right? Okay, cool.
Right.
Men are in control of every lever. White team men specifically are in control of every lever. And you're sitting here telling me with a straight face that women are less perceptive than men. That doesn't make sense.
Well, you can look at what happens when white people make decisions, right? And in this country, when white people make decisions, nothing very good comes of it. Right? It typically takes a minority group of people to even the playing field. So that's
like
why
the men, who are those? Hold on, wait, see that you're almost there.
Right.
Who makes the majority of decisions in this country, if not all of them?
Well, white people.
No, not people. Specifically, what gender?
Men.
Okay.
Well,
See how now we're learning about intersectionality, ladies and gentlemen.
but what group of men is it though? It's typically white men, right?
What group of men make up the largest demographic of men in this country?
White men.
Okay, so men is, again, let me re-ask the question for the fourth time. So men,
Right.
who are more perceptive, men or women?
I just asked the question. My answer's not going to change, dog. It's men.
Yeah.
Right. So let me ask you this: who's in this country, right? Who's more responsible for making decisions over the masses?
Men, white team men.
Okay, so white team men. And in the household, who is more responsible for making the decisions within the household? Typically
Oh
speaking.
man. What decisions are we talking about?
I mean, if we were to add all the decisions up, who makes the more decisions in the household, men and women?
I know, but I think what you're describing, it wouldn't be who makes the decisions, it would be who has the most power in the home. You see what I'm saying? Like, men delegate most of the decision making to women. To your point, that's what you're mixing up two different things now, because the home and the country are different.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Because there are two people in the home typically, and it's a man and a woman, right? So out of the two, who makes the most decisions? The woman, because she picks out the drapes and she picks out the hand soaps, and so there's 1,000 decisions she makes.
Talk about drapes and hand soaps, dog.
No, I know, but when these are decisions that women have to make. Women literally get decision fatigue, right? They get tired. Like, my wife does it all the time. She'll just ask me, like, what should I do in this case? Like, she just wants me to just pick something because she's tired of picking everything. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than who has the most power in the home, and typically speaking, it's men.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different things.
So let's go that. So when men are making decisions in the home, right, and they have the most power, do you think that they make these decisions just solely based off themselves, or do you think they make these decisions based on the perspective of everyone in the house? Like, how is it going to benefit everyone in the home?
I don't think most men consider how is it going to affect everybody in the home.
You don't think so?
I mean, there's certain studies that would support that, not directly necessarily, but there's enough studies done on how men function within the home that makes me, like, I know for a fact men don't give a fuck about what happens in the home.
So if a man decides to say, hey, I'm going to work an extra 30 hours this week, you think he's doing that solely for himself, or do you think that there are some decisions that comes on behind the home that he has to make money, some bill that needs to be paid, some sports activity for his child that needs to be paid, and he's doing it for that? Or you think he's solely just, I'm going to work these extra hours and pocket this money? Right.
I think he's working the extra hours. I think most of the time they work extra hours so that they can avoid their family.
Oh my God! So Jesus Christ, you think that most men would rather be at work than be in their home?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
They say
agree.
Men openly say it.
They say what?
That they would rather be at work than be at home. They literally openly say it out loud, bro. Like, literally, like, I've heard men literally say that. Like, just right out in the open. I'm like, oh.
And you've never heard a man say, hey, so you heard men say that, but have you ever heard a man say, I would rather spend more time with my family than having to work all these hours? You never heard that?
I say that, but that's, again, I'm not average. I know most men don't think like me. Most men don't love it. Most men can't wait to get home, bro. Most men can't wait to get home and spend time with their kids and spend time with their wife. Most men don't even like talking to their wives. They definitely don't like talking to their kids until their kids get old enough to be interesting or whatever. But most men don't like doing that shit. Talk to the men. Like, bro, come on, dog. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm assuming you're not one of these men because you think this is crazy. I'm going to assume you're not one of these men. I'm going to assume that, right?
Okay, listen.
But if you're gonna sit here and act like you ain't never talked to these men, you crazy. I've never
met a man that said I would rather work more. A married man. I've never met a married man that said I would rather work more than spend more time at home with my family. Never.
Yes.
Ever. Yes. I'm just saying.
You know why?
Never heard.
You know why? You know why they want to do that? Because when they go home, they have to do this. They have to work. They got to go home and work. Right? So they're like, if I'm going to go home and work, I might as well stay here and work. Like literally, what's that lady's name? Her name is Paige. Shout out to Paige. I like Paige. Paige makes really good content about this. She talks about the mental load all the time of women and so on and so forth. But
I agree.
She has this one video in particular where she was talking about how she had to tell her husband to stop working so much overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Like they had to have the discussion. Like, yeah, like we're good. Like I need you here more. I need you here home now more than I need you to work overtime. Right. So
and that's a good conversation to have. Like if your husband is working too much and not spending enough time at home and you need more help, that's a good conversation to have to that man. You know, a lot of times, a lot of men think that I need to work, make sure my family is financially set. And a lot of times, a lot of men do neglect, the household, so to speak. So yes, open communication, that is perfectly okay. It's not.
Hold on. Listen. Look. It's a man in here right now saying it. See, Dave, I would rather sleep at my job. He meant to say than at home. I'm not an idiot. So wait. So now I don't want to hear you talking about. I ain't never seen a man say that. You just saw a man say it right now. You just said it.
One guy.
In this one live, you've already seen. It ain't even that many men here, I'm sure, that's willing to speak up. Right? It's one man. And he said it right now in front of your eyes.
Okay, and I guess I give him kudos for that. This is the first person I ever heard say that they would rather sleep at their house, at their job, than be at home. I haven't met many men that said that.
This is such a lie, bro.
How is that a lie? How is that a lie?
You've heard it before. See that?
How is that a?
That is such a lie, bro. I've never been. You know what? I've worked. I mean, I consider restaurant jobs blue collar jobs for sure, right? But the bulk of my jobs were like sales, which I don't consider them necessarily blue collar jobs, even though they can be physically taxing. But anyways, at those jobs, I've heard men literally say out of their mouths they would rather be at home than rather be selling cars than at home. Like I've asked men, I'm like, yeah, bro, why don't you go home? Nah, man, I'd rather be here.
Well, shit. What's so bad about their house that they don't want to go home?
They gotta work.
Their wife. That is, it's funny. Somebody told to me, it's like women only want to go 50-50 on the responsibilities that they're responsible for. What do you think about that?
It doesn't even make sense. Oh, the responsibility. So you talking about gender roles? What do you mean?
Right. So it said. So it was a thing that said women only want to go 50-50 on responsibilities that they are responsible for. So meaning they only want to go on 50-50 on things that they have to do. They don't want to go 50-50 on things that men have to do.
Because their role. What are things that men have to do? Men don't have to do shit but go to work. That's the point. And women go to work just like the men. And then when they come home, the woman is expected to do 100% of the labor in the house. And she goes, no, can you help me? So yeah, 50% of her gender role, which is to do all the labor in the home.
Well, I think I would say that the majority of men would be like, hey, if both of us are going to work 40 hours, then we both have to work inside the home.
Most men don't. Most men don't do the labor in the home. They don't do enough of the labor. They do some.
Mm-hmm.
Most men do some labor, but most men don't do enough labor. And most relationships are not egalitarian.
I would say about half. Nowadays. I would say
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Half? Hell no.
close to
Fuck
it.
no. Fuck no. Hell no. You a
What do you think? What do you think? I'm just throwing a number out there. What do you
Yeah,
think?
you just making up stuff. Half? Nah.
I would say it's close to half.
Nope. Hell no. 20% tops.
So 20% top. So you think 80% of relationships in this country, what, the man is the breadwinner and the woman is not?
No.
So what are you saying?
No. In 80% of relationships in this country, right? Not marriages, relationships, right? So if you put in all relationships, people be living together, they be having babies out of wedlock and all that stuff, right? Just all relationships, right? With man and a woman living together. The women will work damn near the same amount of time as the men and then come home and do 80%, 70% of the labor in the house. So let's be nice. Let's average it out. I think women do on average 40% of the labor outside the home and 80% of the labor inside the home.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fair. That's not equitable at all. And then men get mad when a woman goes, okay, my wife told me, I don't deserve, she told me I don't deserve a stay-at-home wife.
You don't?
She's like, you don't deserve a stay-at-home wife. She was right.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to stay at home wife, no.
Why not?
Because that would be unfair.
To who?
To me. To have a stay-at-home wife, that's unfair.
What?
To have a stay-at-home wife, that is unfair.
To who? How?
I just told you. To me.
How is it unfair to you?
So if I had a stay-at-home wife and I paid 100% of all the bills, right?
Okay.
Right. I pay every single nick and cranny of the bills.
Okay.
And what do I get in return?
Her labor.
Her labor. What labor? What? Just the cooking and the cleaning?
Just the cooking and the cleaning. That's all. That's all women do in the house. They only cook and clean.
I mean, if you ain't got no kids, then yeah. What else they doing?
That's it. They don't do nothing else with the house.
What else do they? I'm asking you. What else do they do? Hang up some drapes?
Hold on. Exactly. Because you don't do shit in your house.
What else they do?
Wait. So this is how I know you don't do shit in your house.
How you figure
That's
that?
how I know right there. How do I figure it? Because you don't know what women do. You don't know all the labor. Thank you. We got now. Thank God. Now you can't get out of it. It's over. So you don't do shit in your house, and your wife does everything. That's why you don't know what she does.
I know what she does. I know.
No, you don't. Because all you think she do is cook and clean. So you don't know what she does.
No, we're talking about a stay-at-home wife.
No. Exactly. It's even worse. Listen, see, Dave, it's even worse for you because your wife ain't even a stay-at-home wife.
Exactly. So she doesn't do everything.
Exactly.
She doesn't do everything.
She does. You don't do shit because you don't even know what she does. You don't do shit. You don't do shit. You just admitted to it. You don't do shit. You don't know shit. You don't know what she does. You just admitted to it. Because you was asking me, what else do they do? You don't know what she does.
What else?
You don't know. Exactly.
But you can't answer the question.
Sir, I promise you I can. I know what my wife. And here's the thing.
What
you know
is
what's
it?
crazy? You know
Well,
what's
then
crazy?
say it.
You know what's crazy? I can name off 10 things that my wife does in the home. And here's a funny part. And that would just be the tip of the fucking iceberg.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be the tip of the iceberg, right? I'll give you an example. I can give you 1,000 examples of what she does in the home, right?
Give me 10. I don't need 1,000.
Okay.
Give me 10.
So I'm not gonna give you 1,000. I ain't gonna even give you 10. But
Okay,
so for an example, my son is having a birthday party on Saturday, right? It's his 13th birthday. Shout out to Jack.
Happy birthday, young fella.
Happy birthday, love it. Who planned that party?
Your wife did?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, she bought all the supplies. She pretty much, I invited a handful of people, you know what I'm saying? So I took care of some of it. She bought him a 16-foot trampoline, and I helped probably for a fifth of it, and then she put the rest of it together. She coordinated the snacks and all of that stuff. I'm probably gonna go out and buy the food, or you know what I mean. I'll do that. I'll probably do the shopping for it when we get closer. But she already got the supplies here and all of that stuff. So the party's already taken care of. I'm gonna help decorate and do whatever and cook and stuff. But she did all the planning. Is her. She just gonna give me the directions when it's what I'm saying. She's gonna say go. I'm gonna help her out. Da, 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 da. She planned the whole party by herself.
Okay.
She planned the whole party by herself. Damn, man, when we bought the house, there's so many things I can think of. Like she set up our this is just me. I mean, this is like personal stuff, but I mean, I'm just thinking of things that women do in general. But like, she set up our water, our trash pickup. She set up electricity. She set up the cable. She not the cable, the Wi-Fi. She said, dude, I mean,
So the motherfucker that's not doing the shit in their marriages.
She designed it. No. But I know. But hey, my wife is a stay-at-home mother.
Right. So, and I think I asked you this question before.
Time out. Don't skip over that.
Go
But
ahead.
do you listen to what I'm saying? My wife is a stay-at-home wife, and I still know what she does because I'm there with her, and I'm in it. I just don't do the majority of the labor. She does the majority of the labor. See what I'm saying? But your wife ain't a stay-at-home wife, and she's still doing all the fucking labor in the house, because you don't even know what the fuck she does. See what I'm saying?
No.
That's a raw deal, bro. That's a raw deal. And all that shit you were talking about, the women, they want a man with money. Exactly, because they're going to marry a C-Dave, because most men are like C-Dave, and they're going to get fucked in the end.
Right.
Who the fuck wants to marry a C-Dave?
My wife.
That's a raw deal for that woman.
So again, I know what my wife does, and I know what I do.
No, you don't.
Again,
You don't
but
know
when we're
what she
talking
does.
about, but when we're talking about a stay-at-home, when we're talking about a stay-at-home wife and the man that's the sole provider, right? And I think I asked you this question before, and you answered it, right? If I were to fund your home, your entire home, everything that comes with it, and I told you had to clean it, is that a good deal for you? And you answered yes, right?
And I had to help. Hold on, wait. And I had to help clean it, or I had to clean up the whole house by myself.
No, you clean by yourself.
Why would I? Why? That's what women do.
Right. That's why I'm asking. Okay. Well,
You describe.
Listen to the question again.
Listen. I heard the question. You're describing black women now.
Okay.
Black
So
women go out, make all the money, come home, and then do all the cleaning and cooking and showering.
No, that's not what I said.
That's what your wife doing. That's what your wife doing.
Okay. I mean, you can ask her that, and she'll tell you that. But again, if I asked
you, why do I ask her when I asked you?
And I told you my answer, and you just.
No, you didn't. You don't know. You don't know what that woman does, because you said all she does is cook and clean.
I didn't say all she does is cook and clean.
Sir,
I said if no. See, this is why you're a liar, pup. I said if a woman is a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife, all she has to do is cook and clean. That's what I said. I ain't say nothing about my wife. You brought up my wife. Now, again, if I was asking the question, if I was to finance your entire home, mortgage, lights, gas, water, insurance, maintenance, and all that stuff on the home, everything financially speaking for the home, and all you have to do was clean it and keep it up, is that a fair deal for you?
no.
No, that's not a fair deal. And you would be the only fool that would say that's not a fair deal.
No. The women would agree with you. I'm the only man that would say that, because men are liars and they don't know what women do. Like you don't know shit because you don't do anything. But men that actually know what women do in the home, no, that's not a fair deal, because she's working way more hours than me still.
It doesn't matter if she's working way more hours or not.
It does.
What's the most important? Do you think?
It's not about. Hold on. It doesn't
It
matter,
is.
sir. I've heard you. I've already heard you get cooked
It
on this
is.
argument. Hold on, T-Day. I already heard you
Go
get
ahead.
cooked on this argument by that white teammate. This is
Go
a dumb
ahead.
argument. You already
How's it a
know
dumb
where this is
argument?
going. That
Okay, well,
argument
tell me where
of
it's going.
because I make all the money, therefore I get to come home and not do anything is a stupid argument.
Mm-hmm.
That's a stupid argument. The only thing that matters is hours of labor. That's it. How
That's
many
not
hours?
true.
That's the only thing that I promise you. That's the only thing that matters. That's
No,
it.
it's not true.
To any rational human being, to any logical human being, to any honest human being, the only thing that matters is how much labor you're doing, hour for
No.
hour, minute for minute. That's it. It don't matter how much money you make, because in reality, if you were a nepo baby and you just were living on a pension, do you deserve a woman that's going to do all the labor and you just live on a pension? No, you're not doing any fucking labor. You need to get up and work.
If
What
I
are you
am
doing?
providing the resources,
Sir,
yeah.
you're not
What's the most important thing? What's the most important thing to people?
eating.
What do people need to live? Shelter, food, water, clothing, right? So if I am providing all of those things, right?
There's so
And
many more things.
Those are the main things, right?
But
Right.
you can, but most women can provide those things for themselves. So you're not providing, like she
No, no,
doesn't
no, no,
need you to
Oh.
provide that for her.
Okay.
See what I'm
cool.
saying?
Fine.
So
And I
so
don't-
if
and
a
I-
woman,
and
so
I don't
listen to what I'm
need
saying.
her to cook. That's what I'm saying. I don't need her to
Okay,
cook. I can
then-
cook my own food.
Then cook.
But what I'm
Then
saying
cook. Hold on,
is-
wait. Then cook.
okay, that's fine. Not a
What
problem.
do you mean that's fine? It's then what are we talking about here?
I don't know then. What are we talking about? But what I am saying is that, listen, if a person is providing all the resources that you need to
What
live and
advice you-
survive, if a person is providing all the resources that you need to live and survive, then yes, that motherfucker should not have to come home and
Yeah,
then
that's-
do more work.
Come home. What do you mean come home?
Come home.
It doesn't
He
matter.
should-
It doesn't. What if he's already home? I don't go anywhere. I'm in my house all day.
Okay. And if you are providing, and listen, look, now you run your house however you want to run it.
I don't
But
run
again,
my house. I
You don't
run
make
my house.
decisions. You don't make those. Okay, then your wife can run
No,
your house.
see?
Your wife can
See?
run your
You
house.
was about to say something stupid. So you don't make any decisions. Of course, I make decisions as well as my wife. We run our house together because it's our
That's what
house.
I'm talking
But
about.
I don't run my
Y'all
house, though.
okay, y'all can run your house however y'all want. But what I'm saying is that most people, right? Most people, if they are providing all of the resources to the home, it is a fair trade-off to say, hey, you take care of the home.
It's not. It's
It
not.
is.
How are you telling the people that are look, brother, listen to what I'm saying. If women are the ones, if your wife and the women are the ones who are doing the vast majority of the labor in the home, right? So they have a unique understanding of that labor. You don't, I don't, because you've never done it, I've never done it. Cool. So they understand that better. And hold on, and women have worked outside the home and made money outside the home. So they understand both ends of this. And so I have to trust what they're saying. And if the women are telling me it's not a fair deal, then it's not a fucking fair deal.
You think
That's
men haven't?
That's the reality.
You think men haven't cooked and cleaned homes?
Exactly. You keep talking about cooking and cleaning.
And I'm
as
asking you what
if
other stuff
that's the
that you're
only thing
talking
that you
about.
have you ever taken care
Laundry?
of somebody else? Have you ever taken
You-
care of somebody else?
Absolutely.
No, you haven't.
I take care of my kids. Yes.
No, you
I take care of
don't.
my wife.
No,
I'm
you
taking care of all
don't.
of them. And
No,
I
you
know,
don't.
and I know what the
No, you don't.
You don't all you want to, but I know
You don't.
I know what goes in and what's the intel of,
No, you
cooking,
don't.
cleaning, parenting, taking care of kids, and all that stuff. And at the end of the day, if you told me, and then this is just me, maybe I'm wrong, but if you told me, hey, I'll take care of all your financial needs, house, car, rent, all that stuff, and you stay at home and you cook, I'd like, sign me up.
No,
Sign
you
me the fuck
wouldn't.
up.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
would.
And
I
men,
would.
and I'm so sick of men acting like they actually want that when it's already been proven that men will lie. Men literally have gaslit women.
Where has it been
For-
proven at, Pub? You say a lot of things been proven. What has been proven?
Everything I say has been proven. So in the after World War II, and even prior to that, but specifically after World War II, when the men came home, they literally had to lie to women. They gaslit women into going back into the homes because they had the jobs and they couldn't just force the women out the jobs. I mean, they could have, but that would have looked bad. So they had to lie to women. They literally gaslit. It was a whole campaign. It was a whole campaign to gaslight women to get them back into the kitchen and back into the house. That's what they did, bro. It is well documented. It is well documented. Like it is a known thing. Everybody knows it. They studied it.
So-
I'm not making it up. The same
Right.
way. Hold on, wait,
But
wait.
what did the women want?
Hold on, wait. The same way they got women into the factories, the same way they got Rosie the Riveter and all, the same way they got them into that, they propagandized them to do that. They propagandized them to get out of it. They did the same thing. And then look, this is also what they did, what they did. They also, the whole time, though, let's be real, they underpaid the women. And they broke it. It was so crazy, bro. It was so diabolical. So they underpaid the women for doing the same jobs that the men did, first and foremost. Then it even got worse than that. Black women got underpaid even more. So, like you already would figure. So black women got less paid, but they still, compared to white men, white women made significantly less money than white men, and then black women made significantly less money than white women and white men. And they still, and the women were still signing up to do the jobs because that was better than being in the fucking kitchen. Because that was better than being So late 80s. So she was born in the 40s,
Yeah, I think.
30s.
No, my grandmother on my mother's side was born in what 40, and I could be wrong. Early 40s, like 43 or some shit. So, damn, she'd been in her 90s almost. I don't know. My math ain't too good.
90s. Oh yeah, no, she was forced to work, fam.
Yeah, she's in 43. What's 43 to 2025? 88?
82.
Okay.
Damn, bro. Yeah, dog. Your granny was. Hey, your granny had to work, fam. Your granny had to work, fam.
My grandmother never. Okay,
Your granny had to work, man. I'm just telling you, dog. Your granny had to work.
No, she didn't. She never had to work. She never worked a job. Neither one of them never worked a job. Never, ever. Why is that so hard for you to understand or comprehend?
It's hard for me to understand because they was forcing Black women to work. So that's what's hard for me to understand. That's what's hard for me to understand. That's what's hard for me to understand. So I'm trying to figure out how the fuck did they escape it? Was they in the north? Where the fuck was they at? Canada? Mexico?
No, they was in Tennessee and Mississippi.
They was working. Nigga, they was doing laundry for some white women. They was my God. Oh my God. Tennessee.
No, they were not.
Tennessee and Mississippi. Them Black women was working. Nigga, them Black women was working. My granny's from Louisiana. Them Black women was working, dog. Them Black, I'm gonna tell you, them Black women was. Did you say Tennessee and Mississippi? I just want to make sure I'm hearing the two states right.
Yeah, Tennessee and Mississippi. My mom's side, they was working. My dad's side, Mississippi, and neither one of them, one of my grandmothers worked.
Yeah,
ever.
I think they still forcing Black women to work in Mississippi. And I still think in 2025 it's illegal to not work in Mississippi.
No.
I think it's still on the books. Hey, I think it's still on the books, man. I ain't gonna leave alone. I wouldn't be shocked.
But no,
I would not be shocked.
I think that's your problem is that you cannot see or you cannot comprehend anything past what you quote unquote see in statistics. Not every black family will sit up here working. Not every one of them works. The only thing I can tell you is I don't know what your grandparents was doing in Louisiana. Maybe they had
leaving, fleeing. They fled.
Right.
My grandparents fled. That's how I ended up in California. My granny and my granddad got together and bolted.
Well, I mean,
and came to Cali. And then
my parents, I get that part. My parents moved to Chicago. That's where I'm from.
Exactly. And that man knocked that woman up. That man knocked that woman up with 6 babies. That man knocked that woman up with 6 babies. And he was a businessman and all of that stuff. And then he left her.
Who?
My granddaddy.
Your granddaddy? Mm-hmm. What your grandma do to him?
Nigga, I dropped it. Nigga, my grandma didn't do shit to that man.
No, I'm pretty sure she was a lovely lady.
She shouldn't have. Look, you know what she did? She shouldn't have. Exactly what we've been saying this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have dealt with a man.
She should have chose better.
Chose better?
That's what we said. She should have chose better. I'm pretty sure your granddaddy had. I'm pretty sure. Let me ask you this: did your granddaddy have a whole bunch of kids running around Louisiana?
No.
No. Was he an A-B-er?
I would assume. Oh, I never heard any of that from any of my from my uncles or my aunties. I never heard any shit.
Did he provide financially?
Mm-hmm. My granddaddy was wildly successful. He owned.
So why the hell did your grandma believe him? Or why you think your grandma should have left her?
Did you hear what I said?
No, what you say? You said she left him, right?
No, I didn't. My granddad left my granny with 6 kids and moved across town. He didn't even leave the state. The nigga moved. He didn't even leave the city. He moved across town.
And then what? Start up a whole nother family?
A whole new family. I went to high school with my uncle.
Yeah, that's diabolical.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, especially if he was doing all that stuff. I don't see no reason. But again, we don't know what's going on in that relationship.
What happened? That's my granny. What are you talking about? I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what happened.
it's crazy how motherfuckers who don't know you or your grandparents trying to tell you what happened with that family, right? That shit crazy, ain't it?
No. That's not crazy. What's crazy is a nigga talking about my granny lived in Mississippi and Tennessee and she didn't have to work and she was a black woman in the 50s. Nigga, she was working. I don't care what you say. That woman was working. That woman had a side hustle. That woman was a babysitter. That woman did something. She didn't do nothing. Nah. By the time maybe you was born, she wasn't doing nothing. But when she was young, she was working. As a matter of fact, hold on. So you mean to tell me you don't think she was working when she was a kid?
Well, maybe when she was a kid. I don't think. Yeah, sure. But once my let me see, my grandfather married my grandmother.
She was 12,
19.
he was 30.
Nah, she was 19.
He was
he was like
40.
20. No, he was like 23. 19 and like 23.
Okay. Look at this.
Yeah, and on my daddy's side, they were in their 20s. They met in college.
Okay.
But still,
Wait.
neither one
So your granny went to college? One of your grannies?
on my daddy's side, yeah.
She graduated?
Yeah, both my granddaddy and my grandma graduated from college.
And then she didn't work?
No, she stayed at home.
The lies! The lies. I swear to God, the lies be crazy. Bro, come on, dog.
Why is that a lie?
Just lying. Oh my God, dog. Damn.
Why? You don't think she went to college and stayed at home and became a housewife?
Oh no.
Why
A
is
black
that?
woman
Why?
in the 60s? Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. Nah, nigga. Hell no. You not about to tell me that shit.
Let me ask you this. What percentage of stay-at-home moms do you believe have a college degree?
Probably 25%.
It's probably. I mean,
It ain't more.
I would give you 25%. I can go with. 25%.
I think I'm going high.
So you don't think my grandmother could be part of that 25%? That's so hard for you to.
No, I mean that's not. They said 50. That's what I'm saying. I went high on purpose.
15%. Okay.
Yeah, they're saying 10-15%. That's what I really think it's closer to that. I went high on purpose for argument's
Okay, so let's say 10%. So why is it so hard for you to believe that my grandmother's part of that?
Because it's 2025. It's 2025, not 1955.
And
And
right.
what percentage of women was in college? What percentage of women graduated college? Hold on, let's go back. Let's back it up. What percentage of black women graduated college in the 1960s?
Oh shit, it's probably around. I'll probably say around that same 10%, 15%. If I have to give a number.
If that.
Right.
If that.
So you don't think she could have been a part of that 10-15%?
No. A part of the 10 or 15% that graduated, absolutely. Right. What percentage of those women got their degrees and they didn't work?
The majority of them.
Oh my God, cuz I'm about to fucking lose it. I'm about to lose it.
Here's the thing, because back then
you are a fucking rage baiter, dog. You just be saying shit.
So
you just be saying shit, bro.
So no, listen. So back then, even when black women had college degrees, right? Me and you can agree. I think you would agree with this, that it was still hard. It was still hard for them to find work. A lot of them still were unemployed, even with college degrees, right?
Black women?
Yeah.
No, they was forcing black women to work. White women weren't working. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They weren't working. So all the service jobs, there were tons of them available for black people. Who was working in the hotels? Who was working in the fluff and folds? Who was like, nigga, it was black women. They was doing all this shit. Like this shit is blowing my mind.
I'm not saying that black women didn't occupy those jobs. What I am saying is that there were a lot of black women who had college education who did not work and chose to stay home. That's what I'm saying.
So this is the thing that happened. This is what actually happened. Because you don't know what the fuck you talking about. This is what actually.
No, let this lady talk. Rita,
This
first
is
of
what
all,
actually happened.
hold on, Rita. What state you from?
Mississippi, and I'm
Okay.
still fucking here.
And she's still in Mississippi. Okay, let Rita talk for a second, please. Rita. Go
This
on
is
mute.
what
Go on
actually
mute, please. Let her talk,
happened.
please.
The women didn't have to not work. The women worked. They didn't get paid for their education. They didn't get paid for their education, and they didn't get paid for the work. What essentially happened was that they created these schools. They created the HBCUs so that the women would work for the white people, but not get paid for it. So we had these Black women that were educated, but they didn't get paid for their education. That is what happened.
That's crazy.
That is what happened. The
That's
Black
crazy.
women got educated at these schools, but did not get compensated for their education. When you have these conversations about these women in that era, in the 1800s, they basically said, we want to educate these women to work for us, but we're not going to pay them. And then in the 1900s, when the white men decided they wanted a 40-hour work week, they threw those Black women under the bus. Why don't you know that? Why do you not know that history?
It's important. That's what I've been trying to figure out. I'm like,
I don't know what you're talking to.
she talking to you, nigga. You the one that
I'm talking your bitch ass.
you the one that don't know it, nigga. You
Why
the one
gotta
that don't know about my granny.
You don't know.
Granny was
No,
You
that
tripping.
white men got their 40-hour week on the back of my grandmother. Why don't you know that?
Why don't you know that? Again, nobody says I didn't know that. The question was asked.
Then what the fuck are you talking about?
crazy.
Why?
That's crazy, bro.
Why you
You
saying
need to know.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking
Hold
about
up.
my grandmother, right?
Nah,
I said my grandmother did not have to work.
Your grandmother and my grandmother are the same motherfucking people. So what the fuck are
They're
you
not the
talking
same
about?
people. They're not the same people. They're not.
They are.
They're
They
not.
what though?
They're not.
Southern Black
They're
women
not.
Hold on,
are
hold
the
on.
They
reason
are
that
not.
American men have a 40-hour
They are
work
not.
week that they get paid for.
But they're
Hold
not.
on, wait,
the
wait,
same
wait, wait,
people.
wait, wait, wait,
So
wait,
just
wait,
because your grandmother had to work doesn't mean my grandmother had
All
to
of
work.
our grandmothers
My
have to work.
grandmother-
That's what I'm trying to say.
All of our
My
grandmothers
Grannies
have
had to work, fam. Everybody
My
Your
grandmother had to work.
grandmother ain't special.
Unless your hold on, unless your
She
granny a
said-
boomer. Hold on, wait. Unless your granny a boomer or your granny a Gen Xer, was she not? Your granny was working. I don't know what
Sitting
to
there
tell you. Your
fucking
granny worked.
I'm sitting here telling you, my grandmother never worked a day in her life.
You just
Never.
brother.
She
I just
never
asked
had
you,
a-
I just asked you, do you
never-
think she worked when she was a child? And you said probably. Now you saying she never worked a day in her life? You don't
Okay,
think she
let's-
worked
okay.
during college?
Well, then let me rephrase
Hold
it.
on, wait. You don't think
Let
she
me
had to work
rephrase
during
this.
college? You don't think she had to work during college, Dave?
She didn't work during college.
Who paid for it?
Her parents,
How?
with money. What do you mean,
How?
how?
Where did she get the money from?
Come
Her
on, man.
parents.
Where did they get the money from?
They worked.
So all right,
So
so
you talk about my great
no. I just was asked. I can't.
So
you
my
got me.
great
You won.
grandparents, my great grandparents funded my grandmother's college. She went to college. She met my grandfather. My grandfather and her got married right after college. And after that, he worked and she never worked a day in her life. When I'm talking about working, I'm talking about going to a job. She never had a job at the day in her life. Never. Even until when she passed away, she never worked. And on my mother's side, it was almost the same thing. she never worked, and neither one of my grandparents ever had to have a job. Their husband had to have a job. Their husbands everything. So just because your parents had to work or your grandparents had to work,
You a lying
cool.
motherfucker.
But mine
You a lying
didn't.
motherfucker. You
How
are
you-
a
I don't
lying
believe it.
motherfucker.
I just don't believe
You
it.
are a
How you
lying
know it?
I don't
motherfucker.
believe it.
You
How
are
is it?
shitting on the
Prove
legacy
it.
of black
That's
women.
crazy.
You
How
are
is that?
a lying motherfucker.
So because
who is
my
shitting
grandparents,
on the legacy of black women.
That shit,
So
that
because-
shit bad, bro. That's bad.
so because my grandparents
You
didn't
are
have
a
to work,
lying
that's shitting on them.
motherfucker who is shitting on the legacy of
Wow.
black
and
women.
you know
Black
That's
women
crazy.
are the
Wait,
reason
That's
that
crazy.
we go to work every week for only 40
That's
hours.
not the argument, Rita.
And
Stay
your
on topic.
bitch
Hold on, wait.
You
ass
can't stay
would
on
rather
topic.
lie about that legacy than to acknowledge that black women are
No
the
one is
reason
denying.
all of us
No one
you
is.
have to work 40 weeks.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
are a
You know what I'm
lying
saying? Hold on, wait,
motherfucker,
wait,
just
wait.
like you lied about being a cop. You
Hold
are
on,
a
wait.
bitch ass nigga with a fucked up hairline. You are a bitch ass nigga with a fucked up hairline, and all you do is come on and goddamn lies and lie. You are a lying motherfucker.
Hey man, I ain't go. You know why? You know why she mad? Because
I don't know why she mad.
you don't. The thing is, you don't
So,
understand why.
here's the thing. No, she's a
I can't even do it. Keo Mary's said, get him out of here. Keo Mary said, get rid of him. It's too divisive, bro. That's disgusting. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit, bro. I don't like that shit. That's nasty. That's nasty work. The way y'all be lying on these women, crazy work. Lying on your grannies, crazy work. Crazy work. Wicked work. Shit crazy. That shit wow, bro. This lying on these black women is crazy. Lying on these black women, it gotta be a disease at this point. And we see it all the time. That'd be the wildest part about it. Like every day a motherfucker come up here and lie and say something about their granny or their mama didn't do something or who raised them. And they be like, I'll be like, who raised you? And they be like, my daddy. Who did it? My dad. No, your daddy didn't. Stop lying. Who did whatever? Who spent the most time with you? My daddy. No, he did. Why y'all be up here lying on y'all mamas and y'all grandmamas? I couldn't imagine lying on my grandmama to save to cake for me. But niggas, that's a deep love. Y'all got a deep love for these niggas. Now I don't got it. I don't like them enough. That's wicked work though. Not for niggas. Go ahead.
My mother was born July 16, 1956 in a cotton field because her mother had to work. I am so tired of these black men trying to say that those women didn't work.
I've never heard of it before, Rita. I swear to God. I've never heard of it. When my granny came to California, but this was by the time this was like the 70s, like early, like late 60s, early 70s, she didn't work. But that was, you know what I'm saying? By that time, that was like doable or whatever. But before that, she was working. When she was in the South, she was working. She fled the South. Her and my granddaddy fled the South. They came to the West, and they moved to Compton. That's how my family ended up being from Compton. All my uncles and my aunties and shit, they was all born and raised in Compton. And then that's how I ended up in Long Beach. Long Beach right next door to Compton. My daddy came over to Long Beach and knocked up my mama, and then they got an apartment in the projects. That's how I ended up being from Long Beach. Like the way y'all be lying, like it be funny because a lot of us be having like intimate knowledge, like we be having like firsthand experiences with this shit, and then I be hearing men just lie about. I'll be like, what? Like the whole like, oh, black women kick black men out the homes. I'm like, nah, they was the black men was in the house, my nigga. They was there. My mama and my daddy was on Section 8, and it was couples. Like when when my projects first opened, when I was born, my projects first opened. So like in the early 80s, projects opened up. I think they was on the list for a little while. Then they got married when I was 3. Then we got the apartment, and then we moved to Springdale when I was 3 or 4. So they got married, they moved to Springdale when I was like 3 or 4. But they was on the waiting list. They got married and then they got the apartment. The Section 8 shit. They was in there. Me, my wife, and my mama and my daddy. And their best friends were a couple that was married. And there was many couples in there, Black couples married in the project. And all the foreign-born people in my project, because there were some Filipino families, there were some Samoan families, and there was some Mexican families. All of them had men in the house except for one. All of them had a daddy and a daddy and a mama in the house. All of them. All the Filipino families had a daddy and a mama. Mexican families had a daddy and a mama. And the Samoan families had a daddy and a mama. All of them. All of them did. There was only a handful of them, but they all did. All of them did. I swear to God. So when the men's be coming up here lying, oh, the Black women kicked. No, they didn't. Nigga, I was there. Saw it. Nigga. I'm literally a project baby, nigga. I watched it. I saw it happen. The men's was there. They was in the house. They was in the house in the 80s. They was there. The daddies was there until they wasn't. Then they left. The next thing I know, I looked up and there was no daddies around. The foreign-born people, they still daddies was in the house. The Black daddies, gone. All of them gone. Left. Abandoned. Cheated, beat it, lied, whatever. Abused, AB, whatever. It had to go. All of them. That's how it happened. That's exactly how it happened. So I don't want to hear nothing. All them fucking lies y'all be telling on a daily be it just be crazy. Nah, they wasn't even on the sticks. They was out there just cheating. They was out there just playing. My daddy wasn't even on nothing. He gave that shit up a long time ago. My daddy didn't even drink in the 80s. He never even drank. He never even drank. But by the time you know what I'm saying? By the time whatever, 5, 6, by the time I was 5, he was gone. The nigga was a fucking liar and a cheater and an A-B'er. He wasn't even off that powder or nothing. He sold it, but he wasn't doing it. He never got high on his own supply. That wasn't his. Well, not when I was born. Before that, he was. He started off. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all the story of how my daddy started off selling D-rugs, and I'm gonna end his life. This nigga, so my granny and them, they moved to Compton, right? And my daddy was selling Lucy's. He was selling J's, like pre-roll J's at school. He's in high school. He's selling pre-roll J's. And then a neighbor ended up moving next door to him, and he was a D-rug dealer. And they watched him, and the nigga buried 2 jugs of Sherm in the backyard. So my daddy and his homie robbed him, dug up the bottles and started dipping sticks and selling those at school. And that's how he got started selling D-rugs he started doing that in the 70s and early 80s. They had grew up and they were selling that white, and then they started doing that C-rack in the 80s. Stop it.
Okay.
Nope. Mommy. Later. Later, baby. Okay, later. Okay, later. 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 You got a mustache. You're getting a mustache. You're almost 13? Come on, let me help you. Let me help you out. Come on. Go. Okay, come on. Come on. I know. In a minute, okay? 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You got the phone. Hey, phone in 10 minutes, okay? Mommy. Where's mommy at? Where's mommy at, Jack? Lennox? Mommy. Can you hear me? He's trying to take the phone right now. I'm about to end the lot anyway, but he's trying to get the phone, but I'm about to end it. I just told him to give me like 10 minutes. I'm about to give it. All right. Mm-hmm. Y'all know Jax ain't got no patience. That boy, he about to flip and dip on your boy. Yeah, he got him a little mustache, looking old, looking big. He gonna got bigger. All right, y'all. As we finish this, we done. Rita, I appreciate you coming up. I'm gonna drop you down. Yeah, man, I gotta get on. Dinner time. He has both. No, I mean he has an iPad already. But he likes our phones because our phones got you don't like me. What did I do? I can't, Allie. When I can't even do it. I'll do it in a minute, actually. Give me a second, I'll do it in a minute. Hell no, I ain't doing that shit. All right, y'all. Shout out to the Tapper Chappers and Super Chatters. I appreciate y'all. We had a good night. We was here. Osa, Jazzy, Jamie, Benji Baby, and Keo Marys. I appreciate y'all for real, man. I'm gonna get up with y'all